Hello and welcome to WCP F1 2014 0.9. We have had another update. Last time we were at Spa with version 0.8, and today we are at Silverstone for a 7-lap race. This shall be an interesting one. This is WCP at Silverstone. Again, we are showing off what WCP is like because it is a brilliant mod and the physics feel fantastic. So here we go, 7 laps. So here we are once again at the back of the grid, 22nd place. We still have the awful launch control of the previous update. As you shall see, we will just bog down massively and get a rubbish start. Yes, we do. We are already miles behind. But that is no problem because we need to be cautious during these opening laps because this mod is quite extreme with the AI. And we have flown around a few people at Abbey, but we're going to be very cautious, and we've lost many of those places just because we don't want to hit anyone as we lock up into the back of... Well, that's a Caterham upside down, but... yeah, the back of the Sauber. That Caterham only proving my point of how insane these AI can be. But we are safe now. Challenging Maldonado, so I wouldn't really say we are safe, but we are up his inside. We actually lock up, but there's no problem there, and we get past Gutierrez as well. I'm going to drive. We could just absolutely fly around the outside of all the cars at Luffield because the AI are very slow there for some reason, but we won't do. And now we're actually fighting Bianchi, who gives us a bit of a punt. But heading down into Cops, we'll get back past him. And we actually hit the back of the Sauber because he was going that slow. Heading down to Maggots and Beckett's. I'm going to be quite tentative because the AI are a bit slow today at Silverstone. And once again, he's just braking for no reason, which is really compromising us and then pushing us onto the grass. You have to love rFactor AI. They're so uniquely bad. But no worries, we are past him at Stowe. Although we got very close to making a big mistake. And we are fighting a Caterham for 14th place. But we get around the outside of Kobayashi, which is very nice. And we are on to the second lap. Now, we are Kimi Räikkönen for the sole reason of the 0.9 update breaking Kimi Räikkönen's default skin. But as the player, I can choose the skin that he uses myself. So not for the AI, but for myself. And that means if I were to be Räikkönen and choose the right skin, everyone will be working, but if I were to choose someone else, he would have a broken skin. So I decided I should be Räikkönen just so we do not have any broken skins, so it's no problem at all. But also, I believe the Ferrari has a new steering wheel with this update, so it also shows off the new steering wheel. And 0.9 came with quite a few bug fixes, especially my favourite was where Marcus Ericsson used to be OP, but now he's not. He actually won the Spa race, and I didn't realise he was that far ahead, but there was a bit of a bug where he was the fastest car by miles, so that's always a good fun bug to have. But it is all fixed, and we should expect another version before, I believe, at least one more version before this mod hits version 1.0. We still have some fixes, I believe, especially for Räikkönen coming out with any luck. And RFE and all of its updates are still on the way sometime. They have confirmed that their intentions to make it for rFactor, so that's the most important thing. So we should hopefully see them eventually. So we are still in 14th place. We are catching up to this train ahead, so that is good. It gave me a chance to go through all the updates of this mod. So now we are fighting once again, heading into the loop. And interestingly, we have brought the cars behind us with us. Which was interesting, how we caught so quickly, but we brought some AI with us. Although that AI are now fighting, so they might struggle for pace. But we are going to head around the outside of 2 cars at once, which is very cheeky. But that just shows how poor the AI are at Luffield for some reason, or whatever. Speaking of the AI though, the difficulty, well, their strength is 110%. as we lose the back end at the rear of Cops, but all is well. They are on 110% because I tried 100 and they were just too slow. As you saw at Luffield, it was basically that at most corners, which is a bit of a shame, because 100% was quite good at Spa. But oh well, never mind. The aggression is 60%, and you've seen how aggressive they are already, and I probably need to turn that down a bit more, but no worries. And the damage is on 20%, like last time, because the crashes, they just crash all over the place, the cars do. The AI are just mad. But they may be mad, but they are quite fun to drive with one-on-one. When you have them in a big pack, they're a bit of a mess, but when it's close combat, it is quite good. So shift down, going through Abbey, and very nice line indeed. Heading to Village, where we lock up, but we're okay. And the loop, which we always get a poor exit from, so I've shifted down, but that means I have to be more tentative on the throttle. So it's not really much of an option that I can do there, because it's hardly any better. But we are in 13th place as we go wide, but that, again, as I say, is not a problem. I actually mean we're in 12th place, not 13th, but... So we are close to the points, but we're not quite there, and there is a big pack in front of us emerging, which is a good thing for us, because that means they go slower. And going down to Cops, where we have to shift down one gear, because these new cars have less downforce than the old cars. We're actually braking for Maggots and Becketts this time, simply because we don't want to run into the back of Vern, who has a nice slide indeed. But we are on his back going down the Hanger Straight, and we are definitely in this train now, fighting for the tail end of the points. And there is a Mercedes and a Red Bull fighting as we head around the outside of Vern at Stone, almost get Perez as well, although we should get Perez here, which we do very nicely. And through the last corner, Perez has a bit of a run on us, but we are okay. A bit wide this time through Abbey, not of an issue though. And Village, we could have dived up the inside of Rosberg there, but I don't think it was wise. And then once again, we could have looked up his inside at Loop, although he opens the door, and we do go up his inside, although we're in such a wrong gear. We're in the wrong gear by 2 gears there, which is a bit of a mistake, but no worries. Because I wasn't really looking to overtake, it just sort of happened. But that is not a problem. We're a bit wide through Luffield, and Rosberg has a very nice slide on the exit. And we have a bit of a gap now. Rosberg has pulled away a little bit, but I should expect to reel him in quite soon. Especially through Cops, as I actually cut Cops, which is a bit of an accident. Which has given Perez a run on us. A bit foolish. I have been running wide at Cops a lot, so, well, missing the apex. So I thought I'd take a bit more apex and actually cut the corner, but no worries, because we have had a very good Maggots and Becketts, and we are back onto the tail end of Rosberg. And this train, we are in 10th place, which is where we finished in Spa. So we are going to do better than Spa, surely. As we pass Rosberg, and we challenge Magnussen, although we hit the back of Ricciardo, simply because we were just on the curb and we could not slow down fast enough. And the fact that rFactor decided, you know what, these AI, they need better brakes than the player, which is a massive oversight by them. Because the AI can just brake so much faster and so much better than the player could ever do, which is a shame. And once again, we just drive into the back of him. He's going very slow through Village, and because they're so slow in the loop, I'll just dive up his inside. And we are past Ricciardo, and down the Wellington Straight in 7th place. He's actually gone for our inside, and we've ran a bit wide, although going for the inside there is not great, because up comes Luffield, and then you're on the outside again. And especially with the AI being so slow at Luffield, that was a bit of a pointless move by Ricciardo, but no worries. And this time we'd better not try and cut Cops, because we saw what happened last time, and that's a much better line, although we had a scary moment on exit. I made sure to stop turning Otherwise we would have lost the rear end, and we actually hit a curb there, which sent us a bit in the air and messed up Beckett's a bit, but no worries. And now we have a 2.5 gap to Massa. Oh, we have 1 lap to go after this lap, so can we catch Massa? Not if we're going to do every corner like Stowe. That was very wide and very poor, but that's not really much of a problem. As we go through the final sector and starting the last lap. So we need this to be perfect if we want to catch Massa and potentially gain more positions. We have a good run through Abbey, up to Village, and once again we're just getting a good line. We're a bit wide there, but that's thanks to the understeer, and we have the typical poor run through the loop on exit, but it is no issue. We are running the standard setup. I don't see there being any point in messing around with the setups, especially when you're racing the AI, as we just lock up massively and take a hugely wide line. That is no problem, because we are getting ever closer to Massa as a good run through Luffield, good exit, sliding a bit, but it was fast. And he is under 1 second ahead of us. We have a good run through Cops. We didn't really hit the apex, but we didn't run wide, which is the most important thing, so we're quite safe on exit. And flat out Maggots into Beckett's. Because we were flat out Maggots, we do have a bit of a strange line going through Beckett's, but, well, compared to the AI anyway, but there's no problem. And this will be nip and tuck with Massa, I should think, because we are catching at a vast rate of knots, but not a vast enough rate, and we run a bit wide onto the Astra there, which is very dangerous because it's very slippy. And Alonso has messed up by whacking the curb. We sneak by Massa and Hamilton right at the end, and we take 5th place, all thanks to Alonso messing up. That's what your teammates should do. And now they're actually slowing down for a change on the final lap. Well, the lap after the final lap. Normally they give it hell for leather and go insane. Although now they're going a bit fast again. But that was a 7-lap race, starting 22nd and finishing 5th, which is a great result. Couldn't quite get to the podium. We weren't that far away from the podium, to be fair, but I think we had the first lap was too slow. We were too tentative, which meant the gap was too large, because we really had to chase down on the second lap to get close to anyone. But no worries, it was a good fun race. And what will Button do here at Cops? Oh, actually we'll just run really wide, but no problem. Now will he let us through at Maggots? No, he won't! He'll decide to hit us and lose a bit of his car. No worries, because the race is finished. We shall bring it in home to the pit lane, as we almost lose the rear. Not a good thing. But yeah, this mod is feeling great. Every update just improves it ever more, and it is just a great driving mod, and I still rate it as one of the best on rFactor, just period. But into the pit lane, very nicely slowed down there. No, we can't really cut that. Normally I would cut that if I could, but no worries. And we are about to enter the pit box. Actually, it's really far away. It's very far away. And into the pit box we go. So, oh dear. Thank you, Alonso, for making my job much easier. So there we have it, a 7-lap race at Silverstone, starting from 22nd, and we finished 5th, so that was a good race. And yeah, I do encourage you to download this mod. This track, WCP are on a roll at the moment. I think they're just making good tracks and good mods. So I shall see you next time.